Evening, everyone. It's 5:57 on Thursday evening, the 12th, and not looking forward to a Friday the 13th. I know it doesn't mean much, but they do happen. Okay, so we had kind of a wishy-washy market today, except in the NASDAQ, which finally decided that it was time for the mega cap stocks to actually hold their own, which they did. Let's see. The claims number came in this morning at slightly better than last week's. Initial claims 375,000, down 12,000, and continuing 2.866 million versus 2.98 million a week ago. PPI came in a little bit hotter than was expected, came in on a year-over-year basis at 7.8%, highest since this has been kept on record, and expectations were also for lower in the neighborhood of 7.3 from last month or lower. On a month-over-month basis, the number came in at 1% versus 0.6% expected, and ex-food and energy, for those who don't eat or drive, still came in at 1% versus 0.6 expected. So there you have it. The Dow actually was up 1488 or 0.4%. The NASDAQ, however, was down early and finished up 5122 for like the second day in 6. Up 0.33%. S&P, another new high, closed up 1313. The Russell closed down 627, and the transports, which have been running very hot, closed up 33. So this is the first time this week, actually, that the transports weren't the big mover. Oil closed down 16 cents. That was, I believe, kind of mid-range. Excuse me. And as you can see, still a higher low and a higher high. And even though it closed down slightly, but it is kind of a short range day, so we'll have to see how that acts tomorrow. The gold was basically unchanged yet again, down $1.50. Bitcoin was a big mover to the downside, and I mentioned this morning that we already had a lower high and that we were running into the 5-day moving average and that it was rolling a little. And we closed just below it. Not happy about that, but we also closed right on this red line, and the red line is the 100-day moving average. So the 5-day has gone through the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200, and now it's just dipping below. So I'm not terribly concerned about this, and frankly, in the last 6 days, coming into today, in the last 5 days, we moved from 37.3 to a high of 46 and change. That's a pretty hefty move regardless. Ethereum was also down on the day, about the same as the Bitcoin. The dollar was slightly higher, and the bonds, which had an auction today of the 30-year that, according to Rick Santelli, was very poorly accepted, did close slightly lower. I was actually hoping for an up a little bit today, only because here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down days in a row, and we are coming into some support, so we'll have to see how this acts in the morning. I would expect this to have a little bit of a rise for the close. Okay, important stocks. Earnings today. Disney beat top and bottom line after closing one $178.09, up $1.20. It traded all the way up to $189.88. The last is $188.50. That's up $10.41, and you can be sure that that will add at least 60 to the Dow first thing in the morning when they start trading those. Airbnb, a beat top and bottom line, but a warning about the Delta variant and its effect on their bookings. The stock had closed regular hours 151.15, up 299. On the headline, it traded up to 156.94 and then turned tail and traded all the way down to 136.29. The last is 143.85. That's down $4.31, just under 3%. SOFI, which was a beat on revenues but a miss on earnings and gave poor guidance. This one, on the Discord room, we've been discussing this for 3 days now, how the options really were holding the premium and looking like we were going to have a pretty extensive move here, and that in fact happened, except it happened in the opposite direction. The stock had closed 1746, up 56 cents, and at the end of the day, or even earlier than the end of the day, when the stock was 1730, still 20 cents out of the money, the options which expire tomorrow were still 71 cents. In any event, the headline number came out on the beat, and the stock popped to 1796 and then turned down on the guidance and the miss on the net number all the way down to 1508. The last 1588, down $1.02 or 6.3%. Palantir, we discussed it this morning, and this morning it was 23.81, up $1.46. It traded as high as 25.76 and closed on the day 24.89, up 254.11%. Rocket companies, Rocket Mortgage, with a miss top and bottom line, but slightly better margins, had closed at 1747, down 14 cents, and it never looked back. It traded straight up to $19.18, so it went the opposite way. Last is 1847, and that is up 86 cents. Micron, another down day, another downgrade. Morgan Stanley this time. This morning, it was trading around 72.89, so almost 73 on that Morgan Stanley comment. It was down 3%, and it continued down double that, closed 70 and a quarter, down 478 or 6.4% on the downgrade. The biggest difference today from yesterday was the fact that the mega cap stocks really kind of held their own and moved higher. We had Apple up $3, 2.1%. That'll add also about $20 to the Dow. And Microsoft, $289.76, closed right on the high, up $2.80, only 1%, but the stock has really been hot. And as far as the sectors go, most were mixed to lower, but the meme stocks, again, got pounded. SPCE, Virgin Galactic, which has come down very hard, was down another $1.50, $25.89, down $1.47 or 5.3%, and the same thing with Robinhood, $48.07, down $3.12 or 6%. So all in all, for the entire market, it looked pretty decent, but for these, there were some soft spots and there were some very strong spots. All right, everyone. That's it for tonight. I'll be back first thing in the morning with your pre-opening comment for Friday the 13th. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.